our traditional perspective, in which we will then support our understanding using geography. We know that in Nyunyu, which has the waters or the energies or the forces that pre-existed everything, out of that we can understand that the earth came about and was created as a mound that emerged from the waters of Nyunyu, sent by the waves. Because we know that there was only one continent 5 billion years ago. You can call it Pangaea, as they want to show, and it went through a number of progress and development until to the point where it is like this present today. We also know and accept that Africa is the mother continent of all other lands, because you can see even in future Africa will be splitting and giving birth to another continent as indicated here. We know that the birthplace of advanced civilization thousands of years before there was America, before there was England, before there was the Mongols, before there were the Arabs and Pale Arabs, before there was Rome, before there was Greece, before there was China, before there was the Olmec, before there was the Persians, before there were Phoenicians, before there was India and its civilization, before there was any Sumerian, Mesopotamian or Babylonian, there was not even Kemet, there was the Kushite Empire, which we are showing here. And then we know that the next civilization that came on top of it had to destroy the black African melanin dominant civilization. You can read the book Destruction of Black Civilization, Great Issues of a Race, from 4500 BCE to 2000 AD recently. So it's very clear that this is what happened. What type of civilization are you? Do you have animalistic behavior with no extractive knowledge or future knowledge? You are an atheist. You don't believe in an intelligent creation. You carry caveman mentality, locked in a cave ideology where you think that you evolved from lower species and that you are nothing but just accident of matter. Are you following religions or careers or ideologies that train you to kill and maim other human beings? Are you supporting industries that destroy nature, that give us genetically modified food, that pollutes the earth, and supporting non-human behavior? Are you following a religion or spirituality that tells you that your ancestors are demons, that you shouldn't follow them, that you should be disconnected from your ancestors and be connected to something else? Maybe you still have the caveman mentality politically, following ideologies like capitalism, socialism, mixed economies, and anything else that is not your own traditionally. Maybe you are one of those innovative individuals that love technology. Are you aware that technology reduces your naturalness and puts into you that idea that you are not a normal human being? Let us consider the types of civilizations: type O, type 1, type 2, type 3, and we will go into the summary. Type O is the one that came to destroy our civilization that were existing already. It is only where we know the originators of this civilization that they have caused world wars, World War I, World War II, and today they are just about to blow the whole earth using nuclear arsenal. That is type 0, type nothing, type negative kind of civilization. And let us look now at this scale that was given by a Russian scientist, the Kardashev scale, which is a method of measuring a civilization's level of technological advancement based on the amount of energy it is able to use. The measure was proposed by Soviet astronomer Nikolai Kardashev in 1964. Of course, they also have got a Dyson sphere that they use to extrapolate and explain this type of civilization. So using that scale, let us look at the type 1 civilization. The type 1 civilization is the type of civilization that consists of species that are capable of harnessing energy from a neighboring star. Only our ancestors had achieved and attained that kind of civilization, as demonstrated by this earth on the mount, and the depth of this diagram is beyond our explanation in this video. We have a lot of other videos which we can reference you to go and study this civilization and the perception and understanding of the stars, the neighboring stars, and human beings living in that kind of civilization our ancestors lived in, were capable of restoring that energy through Stargate systems, and they were able to understand and control volcanoes, earthquakes, and other weather systems naturally, not using HARP or chemtrails. That was the civilization our ancestors were able to do, which we cannot do today because our civilization was destroyed by those that came late. Now we go to type 2 civilization, which is ability to harness all the radiation of a star. Humans might reach this type 2 in a few thousand years. We had reached that already because our ancestors here are demonstrating that very, very clearly. And also here they are demonstrating that they were able to transpose the energy of the stars into the structures they built, the sacred geometry they had built all over the earth. So type 0 civilization destroyed our ancestors because they had reached the level of love where killing other human beings was taboo, where bloodbath was taboo, and only love was to operate. So when you go to type 3 civilization, it is extremely very powerful and cannot be compared to anything we currently know. For instance, species become a master race, not this way that the Nazis and others who promote xenophobic behavior as well as white supremacy or any other supremacy and racism are promoting. Our ancestors understood the journeys of the soul and appreciated that the soul is here on earth for reincarnation, for knowledge, applying of wisdom, and gaining power. So there were initiations that promoted the birth and rebirth of the soul and the achievement and attainment of the soul to a higher level. This was the type 3 civilization that our ancestors were already seeding on the earth. No other race has achieved this. Religions that are here today dominating all humanity are not doing this. They are telling you to go to heaven, to die and be ready to go to heaven. Some are saying you don't need to follow the laws. Some are saying you live by grace. So we do not follow such philosophies. Now we go to type 4 civilization. Scientists say that this type of civilization is classified as too advanced, and the way they speculate and teach about it is that this is where humanity is capable of harnessing the energy and the content of the entire universe into themselves, enabling them to traverse and accelerate their consciousness and expand across the universe. Our ancestors taught us that you are the universe. They gave us an example of how we are the universe by the structure and the type of the hair that we have, which is curled, because the universe is curled, which is a spin, spiral, and spiritual. That is the nature of your hair. It is living antennas or wires that connect you to the universe and to the universal language, a private conversation that many are not invited and many cannot understand and grasp because they do not have the antennas. That's why they are into technology. So they're telling you to dye, to kill your hair, and fooling you not to wear your hair and your beards. So this example is clear that we were already and we are a type 4 civilization. If you do not believe it, that's your choice. But that is the truth that we can see. The frequency at which we operate, 4532, which gives you 77, which gives you that type of frequency to become really a dominant species in the universe. It's already right in your body and you have it right in your hair. That is the example that we can give here. Melanin dominant human beings like the KhamitHEthics knew at least 43 constellations. Amenemope wrote the catalog of the universe, in which he identified the major constellations as shown here. Also, the Dogons in West Africa recently, they've proved that they had advanced knowledge of the universe. Is this the type of civilization you are training your soul to grow to, or you have been bamboozled and fooled? Type 5 civilization is where your divinity is hitting on the chasm or mukaha just before you go to the nameless, not a spirit, not a being, and a fathomless creator. We only know that this creator exists because of the creation and the energy that he has put in us. So you must be aiming to reach the chasm, and this is the type of civilization you have in your body by your body structure, that is your melanin dominant body. And it is your responsibility to connect with the ancestors and to connect with the divinities so that you can practice and drive your knowledge, your wisdom, and your practice towards reaching this chasm mukaha. There is no two ways about it. You have to reach that level. And now, in ancient Khamitic civilization and wisdom, they taught, as Dr. B is saying here, that death is not part of life. You have been taught that death is natural, that death is part of the scheme of life, that through death you progress to better conditions. This is negative, false and erroneous teaching, and that has been part of the collective race consciousness for a very long time, that death has been accepted as the necessity or necessary end of existence. This teaching is rooted in materialism. It's rooted in a dimension that limits the type of civilization that you can access. The spirit gives life, not death. So that is the energy that these scientists who describe these civilizations, they copied from ancient Kemet, are talking about. They just removed soul or spirit and used energy. So your soul does not know death. It knows a different type of death, which is birth. Spirit only knows eternal life. For when a lesser body is disregarded and discarded, the higher body in it that was using it ascends high. So it's like you driving to a party. You cannot take your car into the dining room. You leave it outside and go and enjoy your party. And then you come back and drive back. This is the example that we can give concerning the type of civilization that you want to access. The areas of focus is your ancestral heritage and cultural identity. As African parents and teachers, we must critically assess whether our personal knowledge and values and lifestyles have influenced our children towards cultural empowerment. So you need cultural empowerment, as Baba Harry is saying here. The body becomes what the foods are, as the spirit becomes what the thoughts are. This is what the type of thoughts that you should have concerning the civilization that pushes you towards the chasm. How do we get there? You choose to live in a civilization that is mentally transformative. The infinity in you says and teaches you and reminds you that the kingdom of heaven is within you, and whosoever shall know himself or herself shall find it. Be ready to be transformed. Be transformed. Don't just be ready, but be transformed. Tweak your ancestral claims, your ancestral chains to be transformed daily so that you resolve any problem or challenges, especially the ones that blind and put your soul to sleep. You need to understand that there is an enemy planting wrong ideologies in the world. We have demonstrated that. You must also understand that you can choose the type of civilization in which you can dwell, even in this current civilization. So in summary, true knowledge must put you into some form of actions, and they breed in you wisdom, and the wisdom gives you power. That's the formula. True knowledge, action, wisdom, and power. You should avoid that type of knowledge that de-emphasizes your ancestry, that removes the divinities, and that denatures your physical life through artificial intelligence, through chemtrails, herb, foods, and stuff like that. These are type 0 civilization systems. We have been trapped in this for some time now. Yet you can fight your way out by reconnecting to your ancestry, to the divinities, to nurture, to knowledge, to action, and to wisdom, and to exercising your power. So how do you do the rediscovering now? Send us an email on join@marifado.com. This is Hamanager Topi, Priest Rabbi LM Tumizulu. saying, live in your ancestral civilization. That will take you closer to the Khazim, culturally, spiritually, knowledge-wise, action, and in wisdom. Ameni.